Okay. I should be now live all over again, but at a different place. Let me make sure it's working. I just basically switched over to Streamlabs so that I could accept guests onto this stream, because I was streaming myself editing my upcoming Jujutsu Kaisen versus Evangelion video, but I got tired of editing, so figured I'd restart the stream, bring some new blood in. The microphone sounds better. Well, what the fuck? That means it's an OBS problem. That means Open Broadcaster's been causing this fucking issue. What is wrong with Open Broadcaster that it's been causing this fucking issue? When y'all say like the microphone is crackly, do you mean that like it's overblown? Like, is it when I talk that like it gets, like, is it just blown out? Is that the issue? Because it could be that I've got the recording volume too high in that program. I don't know. I'm glad if it sounds better. It sounds smooth over here. I'm hearing it too. Yeah, it definitely sounds better. So that's cool. That's really cool. All right. Well, let's pass this link around and get everybody to, acknowledge that I'm live and that they should come see. Everybody come look at me. Everybody put all your eyes and all your attention right here on the most important thing in the whole world. What else could you possibly be doing? Come watch me. I'm tweeting about it again. I'm making sure everybody sees the tweets, making sure I'm prolifically out there. And I've also sent the StreamYard link to some people, so I'm hoping to get some guests. It's like a constant noise floor. Huh. Weird. Well, I don't know. I'll have to figure out why that is, but if it's not happening now, it purely must be the fault of fucking Open Broadcaster, because that's what I was using. And the only reason I wasn't using StreamYard earlier is that, again, it wouldn't cooperate with the built-in goddamn webcam on the stupid laptop, and I didn't have enough slots to plug in my other webcam that I'm using currently while I had the hard drive. Ellen, you can come on if you want. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, though. And I'm also hoping to get some super chat rant requests. So I'll get you the link. You'll have the option here. Where should I send this to you? I guess you're on Discord. You would have to get very drunk for that? Well, okay. So I won't. We'll save you for later then. But we'll see if anybody else wants to come on now. I need somebody to jump in and bring some clout to my stream. I need clout, god damn it. Where's people who have their own fans that will wanna come? I don't want to come be in my stream. Who do I know? I invited my comments on comments group. You know, everybody who I've got in my special cabal of comment gatherers. I don't know if any of them are online right now. Ellen, it's okay. You'll have clout after you come on here. This is where you'll get your clout. Who do I want to invite onto my show? I don't know if anybody's awake and alive right now. Let me go on Twitter and see who's happening. I see Memes Lich here, but he, I think, has auto posts. You know, he has stuff just programmed to come out all day, so it's hard to know if he's truly online. Rip roaring and raring to go. I'll just beg. I'll just keep posting in my chat for somebody to join me until somebody does. Oh, yeah, you were going to have a guest appearance on We Watch Anime. I don't remember what to talk about specifically. Trying to line up guest appearances, though, is like dooming an episode to failure, though, because we had to, like, there was a time that we were, we were gearing up to do Heike Monogatari with Landon, and we came very close where he had like gotten like a family member to watch it with him and gotten all this preparation done, and they had like a specific time they'd be available. And then we got to that, like by the time we got there, we hadn't even finished watching the show yet. We just hadn't made time. So fuck, this got to be postponed indefinitely, and it is still indefinite. It remains indefinitely postponed. Hello, Ripened Disease. Thank you very much for the $5. Welcome. Oh, I guess it automatically stars your super chats on this program. Interesting. In Streamlabs. It's hard to get into because there's so much to do and everything is a grind, but have you ever tried playing RuneScape? Hippo made some videos about RuneScape. I have tried once in like 2004 or 5 when it was like new and something that kids at my middle school were talking about. I knew a couple kids who talked about playing RuneScape, and I was immediately confused because I picked up the game and basically it starts off and it's like, go do stuff. And if you do that stuff, you level up in that stuff. And nothing was immediately like killing monsters. It was like going around like pruning shit. You know, I was like, this is not a game. What is this? Like a life sim? And it ran like ass because at the time I had dial-up internet, I think, when I tried to play RuneScape. So like it's a browser based, so it was just a nightmare. But I did not have the strength of computer or internet to handle trying to play an online browser based game at the time. So I tried RuneScape once, but it was, you know, I feel like a lot of the people who I knew who were playing it probably weren't into video games before that. Like it was kind of through having a computer and having easy access to the internet, they discovered that you could play this game in browser. I think that's how a lot of browser games are. Like a lot of people who really play browser games heavily don't really play a lot of other video games or can't afford a lot of other video games, you know. So in the case of especially children. By that point, though, I had already been, you know, I'd played like a few RPGs and stuff. So I was used to the idea of like, you know, you run around and you kill stuff. Like you run around and you beat stuff up with a sword, and that's how you level up. Not because you like picked up 10 pots or whatever the hell you do in that game. So yeah, I think it was just I probably would have played more of it if not for my computer being so poor at running it. But it didn't strike me as something I was going to put myself through the trials of learning how to use a computer right to be able to play, you know. I'm realizing I could just have footage of RuneScape on screen. I'm not used to doing streams where I've just got access to the internet and can just like put stuff on screen and talk about stuff. I've always wanted to do this. I usually don't have the space or time to do it in my house, but today I've had access to the office for most of the day. You know, I took advantage of it to do some editing streams. Now I'd like to do some other kinds of stuff. Kiwan with $2. Thank you. Any plans on updating your favorite albums or singles chart? We could do that. What if we did that? I don't remember having a singles chart. But we could definitely do an albums chart. All right. I don't think it needs to be 100 albums. Because whenever I do 100 albums, it gets like it's going to get repetitive. You know, it's just going to be a lot of the same bands. You know, I'm just going to list the absolute most of a thing that needs to be on here. All right. What is this? 25. We can go a little higher than 25. 49. Maybe. All right. A little bit more gap. Show the numbers. Show the shadows. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go ahead and start making a fucking top 49 albums list. All right. First, I'm going to pull out Spotify. because most relevant to me right now is going to be stuff that I've been listening to heavily. Now, I don't think there's any point in trying to make this an all times thing, because every time I do it, it's for that moment, right? You know, like it. If I say like, oh, this is my favorite album of all time because I liked it the most, like I liked it for 3 years, it was my number one favorite, and this one was my favorite for only 2 years, and then you got to like figure out how that corresponds all the way down. That doesn't make any sense. So this is just the albums that right now I'm like, I co-sign that as definitely one of my favorite albums. And just for the sake of newness, we're gonna put the latest edition. We're just gonna put the latest thing first. These aren't in any order, that's why they're not segmented. Lula Divinia by Shiner. Shiner is a band I discovered last September because I was looking into the history of At the Drive-In, because I had been listening to older At the Drive-In albums and realized how much they sounded like Midwest emo. And I wanted to know, like, did they influence Midwest emo, or did Midwest emo influence them? What's going on? And in looking into post-hardcore, I had spent a lot of time in Kansas City, and I really love the city of Kansas City. So I was looking into post-hardcore and discovered there were bands from Kansas City that were considered influential. So I listened to Season to Risk, which is also a great band, but a little heavier than what I usually look for. And then Shiner, and I listened to all their albums in order and was just kind of consistently blown away. I couldn't believe I'd never heard of this band, because they sound kind of like everything else I listened to all at once. It's like if you combined like God, parts of it remind me of Tool or Isis, parts of it remind me of like more straightforward like almost pop punk and rock, like Manchester Orchestra. There's particularly some songs that I think Manchester Orchestra had to have heard. It's like the heaviest alternative rock band, you know, like the heaviest thing that sounds like Deftones. But I don't like Deftones because Deftones is boring, but this has like crazy drums all the way through. So yeah, Lula Divinia, fantastic, unbelievably underrated band and album. Shiner. So that's why I had to get that one out first. All right, let's get back into. Oh, by the way, you can ask me for other rant requests while I'm doing this. I could rant about albums. I'm not going to go into as much detail as I did on that one unless somebody asks me to rant about it, but I really wanted to plug Shiner. I've probably talked about a lot of the albums that are going to end up on this list. So, you know, I'm not going to go crazy in depth with every single one. Let's see here. I'm currently going through my Spotify, if you're wondering what I'm doing on the phone over here. I feel like I could probably still put Good Kid, Mad City on here, because there's never a year gonna go by that I can't just throw that on and have a good time, you know? Like particularly the extended edition, which I think is the one that has the car. What is this one? Slim K Presents Chopped and Screwed version? No, that is not what I want. Get that out of there. How do I cancel one? How do I get rid of it? Shit. Undo? No, now I've added it twice. How do I undo them? Okay, I guess you could just take it away. All right, that works. So yeah, but the bonus version, because the bonus songs on there are also really good. The Recipe and Now or Never are both some of the better songs. So you got to have the extended cut. There's a lot of stuff that like I really fuck with, but I haven't listened to it enough times to be sure yet. But we're going to keep Rat King, So It Goes. It's another album I can always throw on and have a good time. I've been listening to a lot more new music lately also. Like I've gotten really into just whatever's coming out this year, trying to keep up with that over the last few weeks. So I haven't been as much in the headspace of revisiting old favorites. Maximum the Hormone, Bui Kikaesu is still going to be in the top. That's a perennial reign. I think I'm probably going to add Angel Electronics. That was my favorite album of last year. And just those songs really live in my head rent free. Like, so it's hard to imagine me forgetting that album anytime soon. Trying to decide if I still think that I would put Manchester Orchestra on here. Like, would I still put, because I don't listen to it nearly as much. I still really love Mean Everything to Nothing and Simple Math. I think they're both great albums. I'm trying to decide which one I guess I would have to pick Mean Everything to Nothing. So yeah, I'll put that on here. Why not? Still a classic to me. And then Jeff Rosenstock. I feel like We Cool has some of the greatest songs, but Worry is the overall like really great album for me. So I'm gonna put Worry on there. That one still fucking kills. Still makes me cry. Still listening to While You're Alive. That song fucking. It's one of those I've been reduced to a sobbing mess listening to that song before. Let's see here. We'll probably keep the Dot Hack Sign soundtrack on here because that's another one that just lives inside my soul. And for that matter, from Yuki Kajiura, we also need the Boogie Pop and Others music inspired by album. 2 Yuki Kajiuras because she's just that special. Plus, she's got a billion fucking records since then, so. Oh, of course, The Ocean and the Sun. That one has stayed in the tops for sure. If I were to consider reordering this, I think I'd have to put that one in like one of the top slots. Of course, now that I'm remembering that, I have to remember Francis Demuth belongs in here as well. Those are like my top 2 prog albums, you know? The top 2, like I could throw this on and just get totally lost in it any day of the week. You're expecting at least one extreme metal album? I don't know. Maybe Opeth, Ghost Reveries could end up in here. We'll see. We'll make sure there's room for it. Clarence Clarity. I actually think I'm going to pick his fucking EP that has Obsessed on it. Because as much as I love No Now, every song on the EP is just fucking goated. So we'll go with, yeah, this one. Vanishing Act 1, No Nouns. Amazing EP. Unbelievably consistently good. I don't need to talk about this the whole time I'm doing it. So if anybody has anything else for me to rant about, please send a super chat for me to give a rant request so that the rest of you don't get bored as I sit here fucking thumbing through Spotify and plinking things onto a chart. But you know, I feel this needs to be done. I feel it needs exist. I just simply want to talk about something else while I do it. Psy, Imaginary Sonicscape, staying on the list. Still the thing that makes me feel the most like inspired, creative in music. So I guess that would be the extreme metal pick. That's your closest thing to an extreme metal pick you're getting is Psy's Imaginary Sonicscape. I don't know if I've got an Agalach album I'm still going to put in here. I don't listen to them nearly as much. They've become more of a songs band than an albums band for me, I think. Coheed and Cambria's first album still hits hard. Let's see here. What Boris album do I want? I like Flood. I like Heavy Rocks. I'll probably still pick Flood because it's just got the most impact. It's the most unique. But I'm tempted to also put Heavy Rocks. Ripened Disease with $10. Thank you very much. The Price of Existence by All Shall Perish is my favorite album. They're a deathcore band from the early to mid 2000s that were so far ahead. Here's one song. All right, let's. Oh, that. Well, how do I don't know how to click a link in Streamlabs. I don't know if I can click a link in a super chat in Streamlabs. Whatever. We'll just look it up. See what this sounds like. Probably going to do some skipping around just so I don't get copyrighted, so don't be offended. I can definitely see the appeal of this. I think it sounds good. The drums don't sound perfect for me, but they're acceptable. The overall sound is good. The vocals are fine. The guitars sound good. You can't hear it? Well, motherfucking god damn it. Why not? Let's figure out why not. Fuck. What do I need to do to make it so you have audio from this? I see what I did wrong. Okay, can you hear it now? I don't hear it now. What did I do that made it so I don't hear it now? Wait a minute, this isn't right. Well, aside from it sounding good, it kind of reminds me of like a really heavy version of like Avenged Sevenfold. But it's got that very locked in. Did you all hear that? Did you all hear that testing the thing I just did? I heard that. Can you hear this? Was that audible? Let me know if that was audible. This is what this band sounds like. You still can't hear this stuff? God damn it. What is wrong with this shit? All right. I don't like doing troubleshooting when I'm in the middle of streaming. God damn it. Settings. What's wrong? What's going wrong? What's the issue here? These are headphones. Yes. Yes, headphones. Realtek audio. Do you hear it now? Did you hear that? Can you hear me? Actually, am I audible still? Have I fucked up my own audio somehow in this? Did I break the world? Did I break the universe? Okay, well, I can't figure out why you can't hear this. I don't know what I have done wrong in setup here, but it sounds pretty good. It's it's solid. Maybe if I set it to I really don't know. I don't know what the problem is. Which is an issue because I want to be able to play stuff on the stream. I want you to be able to watch stuff. I lost all my viewers trying to solve these goddamn audio issues. Well, it is what it is. Some you win some, you lose some, you get cancer in the butt, and then you've truly lost it all. That's what they say anyway. But I don't listen. Ooh, do I want Typo Negative's Bloody Kisses on here? I think maybe. Such a fun album and a very influential one. Although I could also put Life is Killing Me. That one's actually kind of more like I think it's musically better. It's not as immediately like, haha, this is hilarious, but like it's just a really good album. Ooh, I definitely want Abandoned Language by Dialect. October Rust is not my favorite. In fact, it might be, well, No Dead Again is probably my least favorite, but I would say yeah, Bloody Kisses is the one that like introduced me to the band. I had it on a burned CD and listened to it a lot. But it's got, you know, Christian Woman classic, Black Number One classic, Kill All the White People classic, Summer Breeze and Set Me on Fire classic, We Hate Everyone classic. You know, it's got other good songs, but those are the really good ones. Then October Rust. I like all these songs, but it's a little bit more of like a like jangly prancing in the field kind of album, you know. And then World Coming Down is like the really sad one, but it's got All Hallows Eve, which fucking owns, and the Day Tripper medley owns. Life is Killing Me, I Don't Want to Be Me, Todd's Ship Gods, I Like Goyles, How Could She, Life is Killing Me, Nettie, We Were Electrocute, Gimme That, Angry Inch, The Dream is Dead. Yeah, I have to go with that one. That's got the most songs I like on it. Good album. Very good album. Oh, back to the Spotify. I looked up like I was expecting another rant request to already be there, realized it wasn't, and then returned to my phone. All right. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ooh, Bus Driver is an interesting. It would either be Perfect Hair or Thumbs, but I don't know if either one is all the way consistent enough. Well, no, that's not true. I just can't pick a favorite between them. But Ego Death is on Perfect Hair, and Ego Death is like one of the most goated songs ever made. So I think I'm going with Perfect Hair. You got that perfect hair from German there. Slipknot, they don't have any one album that I love all the way through enough, or else like both the self-titled and Iowa are close, but not quite close enough. Anamanaguchi. I don't really listen to Endless Fantasy that much anymore. Cause like it's all just in my brain. Like I could just listen to it inside my brain without having to actually listen to it, which might be a compliment. I'm also not sure if I want Drunken Lullabies. I think I probably have to put Drunken Lullabies on there because between the first and last, not the very last song, but the first one and Dublin in the Rare Old Times. Those are just both classic songs. Steely Dan. Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill, and Aja are both just like loaded with amazing songs. My temptation is to say Aja. I also like Countdown to Ecstasy. We're gonna go with Aja because Aja, when all my dying dancing is through, I run to you. I do think I'm going to put Opeth on here. I do think I'm going to put Ghost Reveries because I passed by Ghost Reveries in a playlist just now and immediately got Harlequin Forest in my head, just into the trees, past meadow grounds, and further away from the sun. Perfect. Just perfect start to a song. All of that. I mean, already you've got Ghost of Mother, lingering. Devil cracked the earthly shelf and showed you us to one. You walked into the room and said you have to live before you die young. It's so fucking good. Get down, gathering darkness. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, yeah. I gotta put the fucking City of Evil on here. That's right. Avenged motherfucking Sevenfold. Love that album. It's another one where it's not necessarily front to back. Some of the later songs are just kind of okay, but it's overall really good. And it's got Bat Country, which is just god tier. Absolutely goated. What's another good album? Ooh, These Four Walls by fucking We Were Promised Jetpacks. Still holds up really well. Trying to decide if I want to keep ISIS on here. Honestly, so I've been a huge fan of the album Oceanic by ISIS. I've always put that on my lists, and that was always my go-to dissociation album. You know, like I just want to lay back and not really like think about or feel anything. I just want to get lost in the noise. I go to ISIS. And Shiner kind of took it away in a weird way because ISIS is a little too slow and a little too dissociated for me at this point in my life, and particularly the drumming. With ISIS, it's like the guitars, the distortion, it's all very dark and heavy, but it's this slow gloom heavy, you know? First track of Panopticon's Possibly the Goat. I love that song as well. I think that's Will's Dissolve. But the first song on Oceanic and the last two songs on Oceanic have always been my favorites. Just particularly the drum intro on the beginning and the end. That I love that fucking part so goddamn much. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I still have to put Oceanic on here. Fuck it. It belongs. It's so good. But I will say Luna Divinia, a lot of what I like about Oceanic, I like about that album, and it's like just way punchier and more immediate and more like at my speed of ADHD. You know, it's still kind of dissociative compared to normal music, but it's a little more in like the Mastodon direction in terms of like how they approach heavy, but not even as heavy as Mastodon, but still with that like crushing. I mean, hold on, just listen to the start of this fucking song. I'm sure I'm not gonna get copyright struck for fucking My Life as a Housewife. But listen to this fucking shit. Oh wait, you can't hear this. God damn it. How do I make it so you can fucking hear this shit? I need this. I need you to be able to hear this. Maybe turn off echo cancellation and reduce background noise. Do you hear this? Did you hear that test? Did anybody hear that test? You would definitely know if you heard it. So let me know if you did. If not, I'm gonna keep fucking with it. What else could be the problem? If it's not a problem of being the wrong audio source, what could it be? Can't hear. Okay. I need to know. I want to know why it's not working. It's driving me insane. I want to know. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Present. I'm in present. It's already presenting. How do I make it do a thing that is making audio? I have to pee, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna fucking unplug my headphones, play it through my speakers, and you know, whatever. Truth into the cardboard youth. I look just like you. 6 miles, 6 miles high, 10 feet wide, beat to death. I have no idea how this sounds for you guys. But snake rolls away. I finally found a faith.
desktop audio, and Streamlabs OBS. So first all that you want to do is you want to go over to here, desktop audio, and you want to make sure that it's actually not muted at all. And now what you can do is you can open like a Chrome tab and open a YouTube video. If you still don't hear anything and it still
I'm not using Streamlabs, I'm using StreamYard. Browser? Could it be the... No, I turned my shields off. Only in Chrome. So the problem is that I use Brave. Okay. I think I have Chrome. That would mean I'd have to restart the whole fucking stream and do it in Chrome, right? Wait, is this Chrome or is this is Edge? I don't have Chrome, I have Edge. I don't really want Google Chrome, but whatever. I also don't want to have to restart my live stream again, but so far the title has not grabbed a lot of people. This has been a very slow stream. You know, it's fucking with me, this YouTube meta, because the vertical streaming is so much more discoverable than horizontal streaming that it feels really disincentivized to do horizontal streaming. Like, even though the audio quality is better, I can do more like on the, I have access to all of the internet at my fingertips, but at the same time. Now, I think it's possible for me actually to do a horizontal stream through StreamYards, though. I think I can do that. So it might be worth starting over just to go vertical and see what it's like to do a vertical desktop-based stream. You know, we're being experimental tonight. Oh, the audio cackle just came back? Why? For what fucking reason? How? Why? What? I didn't change anything. Is it a hardware problem? Is it a software problem? God only fucking knows. Didn't I just do this? Did I open that and click no last time or something? It sounds like a cable thing. Maybe it's because the cable's so like tangled up in itself. Maybe the cable's not functioning well. Did any of that improve anything or make it worse? Kind of got better for a second? Only for a second, though. Let's see what I can do. Trying to untangle the cord without having to unplug it. Just going surprisingly okay. It's not even so much that it's tangled as that it's just like matted together, I guess. Well, whatever. Sounds like it might be a cable problem. If it's changing every time I move the cable, it makes me awfully suspicious of the cable. Maybe putting the phone nearby to it is a problem. I don't know. No fucking idea. All right. Don't sign in. I don't want. No. Do not make it my default. Okay, we've got Chrome. Can I just like... What? Why? What do you fucking want me to click on right now? What? I already hate you, Chrome. Why is it I can't grab you and move you? Forget Edge. What the fuck? got it. Yeah, come on. Can I? That was it? I had to get past that page? It didn't even show me the full fucking prompt. Google. Instantly enraged. Alright, so now I'm entering the studio in Chrome. This is going to be a trip. Let's see if this makes any sense. Okay, yeah, I cannot start my camera in the other instance. Well, I guess I need to log into StreamYard over here. Two-step verification. Oh, my glands. The prompt has expired. I just fucking did the prompt. I guess it let me through anyway. Weird. Very weird. Okay. Okay, I can enter Studio from Chrome. Can I take over as the host, though, is the real... It doesn't seem like I can. Oh my god, I can be two me's at the same time. Oh, I hear the crackle now. I hear it. What the fuck is that? Oh my god, that is so annoying. I'm so sorry. Okay, so if I remove... Am I... Huh. Oh god. I think I did it. I think I managed to switch myself. Echo into infinity. Why does it sound like that? It sounds like that for you too, right? Like I'm God. I am in charge of this realm. None shall ever doubt my prowess and ability again. You know not what you reap. Reap? Reap? I don't know. Can I just close the other window? Am I still live? Hello, am I still live? I think I managed... That's actually crazy that that's possible. I think I managed to switch browsers without ending the stream. What a powerful program. Yeah, I did it. Awesome. Browsers without ending the stream. That is so cool. Okay. So now theoretically, we will be able to hear system audio. There was actually a button that said also share system audio. But I'm not going to be, so the audio is going to be coming through Brave, but because I'm streaming through Chrome, it can work. Let's test it with Josie. Tell me if you hear this. Let me mute my mic.
With cute little bunny tape. Oh, so cute, so cute, so cute. Anyways, moving on. Let's see. It says Cutie Bunny.
Do you hear? You hear her? Oh my God, it works. Holy shit. Everyone, we fixed it. We fixed it. Thank you, Josie, for being there. You know, Josie's I've seen her listening to Boomer with a Beer Gut on her live stream before, so massive shout out to Josie. As far as I know, the person who has most famously declared themselves a fan of Trial of the Golden Witch. So massive thanks. Watch my own stream. Yeah, let's do a little more of that. Stream. Yeah, let's do a little more of that. Stream. Yeah, let's do a little more of that. Stream. Yeah, let's do a little more of that. Stream. Yeah, let's do a little more of that. Sound keeps getting worse. Sound keeps getting worse. Sound keeps getting worse. All right, I've had enough. Let's get back to if anybody has anything they want me to rant about, send a super chat. I'll talk about anything. If you recommend me another album like the last person who did, I'm going to go find that album again. So now we can all Ripen Disease. We were trying to react to this All Shall Perish album, and we couldn't hear it before. And that's what caused all these technical issues that we've had to solve. But, I'm glad that I know. It's always good to learn how things work. Yeah, I'd say it rips. So, metal that's that, intense and kind of one note, it's hard for me to listen to it at length. I could handle one song at a time, but usually by the end of, a 3.5 minute song that sounds like that, I'm pretty exhausted and, ready for a tone switch, You'll notice that the albums I like, they tend to have a little bit more, a inconsistent tone. Gives you, hits you from all sides with different type of shit. Anyway, I gotta find some more stuff to add to this list of my favorite albums. Ooh, I might put The Age of Odds on here. Still my favorite Sufjan Stevens album. I can't handle the sad folk. I can't. I will just end up crying. Nope, I didn't mean to play that. But I can handle his schizo electronic stuff. I don't think there's a Mastodon album that I still feel strongly enough to put on this list. There's a lot of Mastodon songs I like, but I don't think there's any one album that I still sit down and I jam the whole thing and I'm like, this is God tier, it's a little more spotty for me. I feel like some kind of Linkin Park should be on here, but the problem is that both their first two albums are like half incredible and half okay. At least in my opinion. Is there a System of a Down album I would put on here? Their first album and Steal This Album and Hypnotize are all albums that have a lot of songs that I really like. Hypnotize is, like, in my opinion, the most consistent, but I don't think it has any one song that's as good as as good as Sugar. And the songs, there's just a lot of memorable variety on Steal This Album that's always made me love it a lot. I feel like 10 years from now, I will be still the most excited to hear the first System of a Down album. I feel like that's the one I will still feel the most like immediate turn the fuck up on, you know? So we're going to go with that. The self-titled. Particularly because War is the song that got stuck in my head when I was trying to think about it. Bad Religion. Now that's a tough one between, because the Gray Race, this is another one where it's like a couple albums that have like half really awesome and then half like okay songs. So like the Gray Race has some good ones, and Stranger Than Fiction has some really good ones. And those are like the two obvious contenders for me, but I got to look through them. Gray Race, Them and Us, A Walk, Parallel, Punk Rock Song, Empty Causes, Nobody Listens, Pity the Dead, Spirit Shine, Spirits of America, 10 and 2010, Victory, Drunk Sincerity, Come Join Us, Cease. All good songs, but not a lot of them are incredible. Stranger Than Fiction is Incomplete, which is incredible. Leave Mine to Me, Stranger Than Fiction, Tiny Voices, The Handshake, Better Off Dead, Infected, Television, Individuals. Neither one has enough. They both have like great songs, and then songs that are just like, oh, Empty Causes, all right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's one Bad Religion song or album I can faithfully put in my top 49. Close. Very close. But not really hitting it. Oh, Dredge. I'm tempted to put El Cielo. That's an album that I put it on, and like the first song is really great, and then there's like a few songs that are kind of middling, and it kind of makes me forget how much I love the album until I get later in, and then like the last stretch of it is just fucking bliss. So I think I can keep El Cielo. I used to like their first album more than that, but as I got older, that one kind of started sounding a little bit more like they were just testing the waters, you know? Hop Along, Painted Shut. Yeah, we'll put that on there. Painted Shut's really fucking good. Any rant requests at all, by the way. Literally anything. I'll talk about anything. Anything by Tool? Lateralis is probably... Well, let me think about it, because their first three albums are all fucking really good. Undertow has Intolerance, Prison Sex, Sober, Bottom, Crawl Away, Swamp Song, Undertow, 4 Degrees, Flood, and Disgustipated. Almost all amazing songs. So that's a strong contender. Enema has Stinkfist, Eulogy, H, Useful Idiot, 46 and 2, Message to Harry Man, Back Hook with the Penis, Intermission, Jimmy, De Ear Von Satan, Push It, Star Some Ability, Enema, Ions, and Third Eye. It's stronger for me because of all the experimental stuff and the really weird, crazy stuff that's really a big part of what got me into that type of music. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Enema because that's the one that hit me first and hardest. And it's stuck with me. it's a close contest between their first 3 albums. There's a temptation even to list more than one, but I don't want to go that far. Out in the undertow, there doesn't seem to be a way. The Human Equation. This one's not perfectly consistent, but it's got 20 tracks, and a lot of them are really good. And I just love the whole concept. It's very fun. Very human core. You know, if you couldn't tell by the title, it is an extremely human core album. I feel this incredible temptation to put The Sickness by Disturbed on this list. I get probably more shit for liking this album than anything else. Voices, The Game, Stupefied, Down with the Sickness, Violence Fetish, Fear, Numb, Want, Conflict, Shout 2000, Dropping Plates, Meaning of Life. Dropping Plates is objectively terrible. Conflict is also bad. And The Game has really messed up lyrics. But I just think the rest of it is strong enough to make up for that. I'm sorry, but I really like The Sickness by Disturbed. I love the way that weird motherfucker uses his voice, man. She want man, no, right. Your mind won't let you see that you want me. Your mind won't never let you see what you want. I feed your hunger to taste of me. So your mind won't even let you say, withering now, shivering now, quivering. Ooh, fucking The Fall of Troy, Doppelganger. Yeah. Good ass fucking album. Scaring the Hose. I had to think for a second. I was like, I know there's got to be a JPEG Mafia on here. But it's only because it's so new that I hadn't thought about it right away, you know. But it is probably my favorite of his. And Danny Brown's. Definitely my favorite Danny Brown album. Probably my favorite JPEG Mafia album too. Clipping. I'm gonna go with fucking Mid City, cause fuck it. Ain't nobody ever did it like this. I mean, nobody ever did it like anything they did, but Mid City was the proof of concept, and you know, the whole thing stuck. I think with all their other albums, it's like half the greatest song of all time, and half like stuff that I'm just kind of okay with. But Mid City, every song, I feel like, whether it's like amazing or not, they're all just really interesting on an idea level. What else do I need in this goddamn chart? I've been going through playlists. Let's go through albums I have actually downloaded to my Spotify. A lot of good stuff, but I tend to download stuff I haven't listened to a whole lot so that I can listen to it a whole lot. So I don't have a lot of like shit I've listened to death. Ooh, I think I'll put White Jesus Black Problems on here. That's another one I haven't listened to as much as I might want to, but it's really consistently awesome. By Fantastic Negrito, whom Bird got me into as his favorite artist. besides the Fratellis. He's also a big fan of. AFI's December Underground. This is where I realized I was a little fucking twink, was listening to this album. Under the summer rain, I burned away. Burn, you turned away. This is the fall, this is the long way down. And our lives look smaller now. And our lives look so small, living in Diane. So fucking good. That's my version of an emo album. Blue Sky Noise by Circa Survive. I feel like I've only liked more as the years go on. Roger Ramos with $2 asks, any idea what happened to Don Jolly? This is what happened to Don Jolly. DonJolly.com. You can go find all the dope, all of the dopeness here. Essays, fiction, music, all with this very cool presentation. So yeah, that's where he at. All right, I think I'm gonna put Blue Sky Noise on here because I've weirdly liked it even more over time. I would sing some of it, but I don't know if right now, I don't know if my voice is prepared to hit that register, especially sitting down. Like, underneath the surface, none of us deserve this. Underneath the surface, I affected the melody there. We break apart, disappear from public places, never seen again. That guy's got the highest fucking pitched voice in the world. He really sounds like that, even when he's talking. How long has it been? How long has it been? Oh yeah, fucking... I was so distracted by Angel Electronics, I didn't even think about 10,000 Gex. My other favorite album of last year. Pretty much phenomenal from start to finish. Couple of songs I don't always listen to because I'm not always in the mood, but it is a very much a, you know, it's an album with a variety of moods on it for being as short as it is. Do I want TV on the radio on here? Return to Cookie Mountain has I Was a Lover, Hours, Province, Playhouses, Wolf Like Mia Method, Let the Devil in, Dirty World. No, I don't think so. It's close. TV on the Radio is another band that has like every album is half amazing, half pretty good. Ooh, Nothing's Shocking by Jane's Addiction. That might actually have to go on here. Very inventive, very fun. Very influential. It was kind of how my parents like bonded, is over mutual love of, you know, hard rock such as Jane's Addiction that was popular at the time. So, you know, it's got some importance. Ooh, Julia Holter. With Julia Holter, like Loud City Song is the one I've listened to by far the most. And this album, depending on my mood, I either think it's like the greatest thing ever or I am like kind of bored through parts of it. And then Aviary is so overpoweringly fucking bizarre that the only headspace I can listen to it in is like one where I couldn't possibly retain any of it. Like every time I've listened to it, I know I've had an amazing experience or I've had to shut it off. Particularly when it gets to the like really grating pan flute songs, like So I'm having a hard time picking a favorite, but I also feel like I used to listen to Animal Collective sometimes. They're another band that has a lot of songs I like, but no one album I really love. But I did listen to Spirit They've Gone, Spirit They've Vanished, their first album, a lot more than any others. And like the washed out dissociative sense that I got from that album, I feel like Aviary took that feel to the next level and became like my replacement for that. So I think even though Loud City Song is the one that like I know the songs, I think I still have to pick Aviary because it's a unique experience that I can't get anywhere else that I do really appreciate. Now, I've been having a lot of difficulty with mindless self-indulgence because, you know, Jimmy Urine, he's got accusations on his belt, the kind that make you look at his lyrics and go, if it's true, do I want to hear a guy who did these things say these things? Or does it make it even more, like, is it even more correct coming from a guy who's like that? Like with Marilyn Manson, I think, like, yeah, what did you expect? Like that's what you're being presented with. With mindless self-indulgence, there's a part of me that just wants to replace them, like just wants me to be the better MSI. We've got a little bit of that. There's this band called Underscores that when they do their like high energy manic stuff is basically just like a better, more modern MSI, but they intercut it with a lot of weird, like slow emotional stuff that doesn't hit with me as hard. So it just kind of makes me want to be the replacement MSI. But I can't deny the influence, the importance of mindless self-indulgence to me, or that they have a lot of really good songs. In fact, they have several really great albums. I think You'll Rebel to Anything is my pick for most consistent and has, I don't know if it has as many amazing songs as Frankenstein Girls, but it's more consistent overall in the songs. It has some of their best songs. There's a few of their very best songs. So we'll go ahead and put that on there. Regardless of my reservations about Jimmy Urine, unless I were to meet him and he could convince me it was all not true. As for the question of whether any of Mon Amarth albums, I don't think so. The closest would be With Odin on Our Side, probably, but I don't think I like it enough to put it on here. Shinsei Kamate-chan's an interesting question because I don't listen to them nearly as much anymore. And I'm more likely to go back to like the YouTube video demo versions of the songs than to listen to like a whole album these days. But I cannot deny, Minashine, Sumane, and Tomodachi o Koroshite Made and Hachigatsu Sanjuni Getsu, I think is how you'd say that. All those are amazing albums. Sumane was like my number one for a really long time. That was my fucking zone out dissociate album. It still probably has the most of my favorite songs on it. So I think I'll go with that. Yeah, we're gonna put Sumane on there. And while we're on the subject, I haven't put a single Death Grips on here yet. So we're going to go ahead and throw Ex-Military up there. That is still my favorite Death Grips. Let's get Zach Hill's dick off the screen real quick. What else is like necessary here? Oh, At the Drive-In. Fucking... I actually think Via might be my favorite. Like Relationship of Command is the big amazing final album that's got all kinds of incredible fucking tracks on it. But I do think it's kind of exhausting personally. And Via, in spite of being like shorter, actually feels like it has a little bit more variety. So I think that might be my favorite at the drive-in release. So we've got 5 slots left here to slide in some amazing albums. I haven't even referenced any of my previous charts. You know, I haven't referenced the one I made like a year ago or whatever. So we could go open up that and see if there's anything that I'm like drastically missing that's just slipped my mind. Yeah, Ritual of the Golden Witch. Here we go. This was my last attempt. Oh, congratulations by MGMT. See, and Carnivus. I knew I'd forget a couple of really obvious things. Those two are still important. All right, we've got most of this. We've got, so I've already got a different Mars Volta. I don't need a second one. I don't want the Uncluded anymore. We already have one of these. Ah, yes, Sweet Trip. Yes, Velocity Design Comfort. And we can pick Denzel Curry's Blood In, Blood Out too. Denzel Curry, another person where as I go, like, there was a while where I was like, truly like, Denzel is the GOAT. I love all of his albums. Over time, I've come to kind of maybe only love half of each album. How the fuck do I search for this goddamn thing? But Blood In, Blood Out sticks with me. Is this it? What is this? Oops. Sangria? Nope, that's not what I want. I don't know that one. The last list I did let me find this album clearly, so. How this work? How do I get Blood In, Blood Out? Okay, there we go. Cool. We've got it. And then I had Ada Rook, but we'll keep Angel Electronics in its place. We could have Foxy Shazam. That might be it. Ooh, and Is Survived By is also a strong choice. And As the Roots Undo is a pretty strong choice. Foxy Shazam is the one I'm the most likely to actually listen to out of those three, but Is Survived By is like a whole experience. Let me see if there's anything I need to replace. We'll go ahead. We'll take off. Yeah, we'll take off Aviary. Put on Is Survived By. So I feel a little pretentious considering Aviary an outright favorite when it's not something I listen to like on that level. And we'll consider removing. I think we're fine without As the Roots Undo. I think we're fine without Hybrid Theory. I think we're fine without, what was the other one I said that could have been on there? I don't know. Oh, Hate by Delgados might have to be on there still. Yeah, I don't think I can do this without Hate from Delgados. So we'll go ahead and take off Dot Hack because it's not as, I don't actually listen to that like as an album as much as I do Boogie Pop. Like there are songs on there that are just goated, but I don't listen to the whole thing like that. What did I say I had to add just now? I was like, I can't do it without. All right, Hate by Delgados. Okay. Is there anything else that's necessary? Little Ugly Mane's cool. Not necessary. Yeah, I think we've pretty much got it. Otsuki Kenji and the Zetsubo Girls is really, really good. But yeah, most of that's redundant or doesn't need to be there anymore. So here we go. This is my current list of favorite albums. The audio's been getting progressively more fucked for a minute or two. What? For what reason? For what purpose? Why you do this to me? How's that? Anything change? Let me go open this up. See what's going on here. Shout out to everybody who sticks it out even when the fucking everything goes to hell. That sounds like garbage here. Shout out to everybody who sticks it out even when the fucking everything goes to hell. That sounds like garbage here. Mute that till after I've gotten through that part. Mute that till after I've. It still sounds like kind of like shit. I don't think it's the Focusrite's fault. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Even worse. Why is it even worse? Okay, let's see how this sounds. Okay, let's see how this sounds. That's definitely the wrong microphone. Okay, let's see how this sounds. That's definitely the wrong microphone. Let's see how it sounds now that the correct microphone has been plugged in. Okay, let's see how this sounds. The wrong microphone. Let's see how it sounds now that the correct microphone has been plugged in. It's still like ass, but the same. At least it's the good ass instead of the real bad ass. Whatever. I'll figure this out. I'll probably buy a new XLR cord or something. I mean, I've had this for a long time, so I'll do some A/B testing, see what happens. So the computer's been reset a bunch of times between these streams, so it's not the computer needing to be reset. We thought it was OBS because StreamYard wasn't having the problem at first. Roger Amos with $5 says, rant about the phrase, it is what it is. I'm fascinated by that phrase. You know, in Japanese, they have the shikataganai or shoganai that kind of means the same thing. And like, it can't be helped. And it's not a phrase I really encountered at all growing up. I did not know people who said it regularly until I had a job at Target. People said it fucking all the time. I don't know if it was just the culture of the environment that people heard each other saying it, but anytime there was something that, you know, you'd be upset, like, oh, well, there's no way we could get this done, and then whatever, and you know, it is what it is. Like, we just got to do it to the best of our abilities, and it'll shake out that it's not possible, you know, but that's what they're telling us to do. That's what we're going to do. So I think most of the time it's used. I think it is usually used in a healthy context where people are saying, like, don't worry about this thing. You know, like, it is what it is. You can't do anything about it. You can't change it. You cannot make it not what it is. Accept that it is what it is, and just don't try to make it something else, because you can't. It is what it is. And I just think that can become a toxin if you take everything that way, like, oh, everything is what it is and it needs to stay that way, or like, there's nothing I can do to change anything. It's like, well, if you're in a circumstance where, like, it's immediate, where, like, you can't do anything about it right now, like, this is a systemic problem and you cannot fix it at this moment, it is what it is a helpful way of thinking. But if it's something that shouldn't be the way it is, then it's not helpful to just accept that it is what it is. You should do something about it. There's a great moment on, I think it's on the Art Rivals Intelligence album, Bird's album, where I don't remember if this actually happens in the album or if this just happened while we were recording it. But someone says like everything's fucked up, and then or something like that, and then Bird just goes, "But it doesn't have to be," And like that's always my thought about it is what it is, but it doesn't have to be. Like you should accept that it is what it is, but that doesn't mean that you have to keep it that way. If you could do something about it. I want to say that happens somewhere on here. One of the JoJo songs. So it's either... Oh, no. I've listened to it so many times it wants me to pay for it.
Hate speech blurbs, I got a million words and I'll say a million.
Burning, playing video games all night, all day. It's a pretty good time. It's a really awesome time.
So cool.
Sometimes I lose, and I'm okay with that until I break it.
Don't break the things.
Shake it, bitch. Sometimes I lose when I'm chilling, smoking, sitting back in my chair, anime everywhere, chilling, smoking, dabbing, burning, playing video games all night, all day. It's a pretty good time. I do it.
That oatmeal was delicious. I used coffee instead of water. Restaurant, a really nice one called Clyde's yesterday, and they had the plates out for really fancy bread, but they didn't give us any fancy bread. They also had a ton of space heaters because the seating was outdoor, but they didn't have any gas in them, so it was freezing cold. Clyde's, why would you do this? The inside was so warm, it looked so nice. I mean, the food was alright, it was kind of expensive. That's how it is sometimes, but it doesn't have to be.
I found it. I found the line.
It doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be.
So nice. I mean, food was alright.
Food was alright. It was kind of expensive.
That's how it is sometimes.
That's how it is sometimes, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah, that's the one. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to find that, but there it was. Thank God. It wasn't a pointless exercise. Also a great album. If you've never heard that, go check out Art Rivals Intelligence.bandcamp.com. Cosmic Blue with $2. Thoughts on Fear Enoch. I listen to Numa every day. Damn. I did not get into this album. I feel like I still want to. Maybe like hello. I think with this album, like it's Tool had been gone for such a long time. I was really hoping they would come back with something totally different. And especially because I don't think any of their albums were that close to kind of being the same. But when this album came out, it very much felt not even like a next step from 10,000 Days, but like if you took Lateralis and 10,000 Days and combined them, like just took like, created, like if you were looking at the end of what Tool was doing and just picked up exactly from right there without changing anything, which is not really something they had ever done before. So it was a weird experience to get an album that just kind of sounded like Tool, And so none of the songs hit me in that way where it's like that new feeling that like, oh wow, this is a whole new thing. And I know I've listened to it all the way through at least once or twice, but these songs are so fucking long. I can't remember any particular part of them. When the album came out, everybody was like, "Oh, Tempest, so incredible because it's 16 minutes long." I'm like, "Well, do you love it because it's 16 minutes long because it's so good?" I have Numa has been cited as like most people's favorite. I think though, it definitely has the most views. Maybe that was just a single though, so I don't know. I'll give this another shot. I will listen to this album again. I like Tool. I want to like another Tool album, and I didn't like. I used to always struggle with hearing an album for the first time. You have such high expectations. It takes a while to like really let it sink in what it's going to be, And I don't love 10,000 Days either. So that's another part of the problem is that it's like I love Rosetta Stoned. I like Right Into, Vicarious is fine. The Pod is fine. The second track is okay, but like overall the album's just like okay to me. Never really cared for 10,000 Days, the song itself. So getting another album that didn't blow me away right away was kind of like, oof, we're on a decline, kind of. But it tends to happen. Bands, it's hard to keep making fucking good music with the same people forever. It's incredible to me how long bands everlast. Go ahead and download this chart so we can tweet about it. Nobody ever did join me on stream. Teary-eyed. Chart, sure. I've now got Rosetta Stone stuck in my head. Like, feet cold, eyes red. I'm out of my head. God damn, I shit the bed. Can't remember what they said to make me out to be a hero. Can't remember what they said.
You said you were teary-eyed and that nobody ever joined you on stream.
Welcome. It's because I put out the StreamYard link when I started, but nobody came. It's been an hour and a half, and nobody's even responded in the comments on
Well, I mean, what have you even been talking about? Did you see that Nick Rekieta made a statement?
No, what is the statement?
I gotta pull it back up.
All right, breaking news, y'all, on the Nick Rekieta situation.
About the news. So, hey,
news.
Obviously a lot has happened. I'm sorry, open parentheses. For legal purposes, it must be reiterated that the sorry is for the disruption and is in no way related to any pending legal matters. That said, please realize that no one has the full story or picture on anything. It's possible no one ever will. Nothing reported is accurate, and that's not their fault. I've seen so many supportive messages. Thank you for that. I'll still be doing stuff. I'm home now. Stay tuned for show announcements and stuff here on Locals. Nick.
When he says nothing reported is accurate, I'm assuming he means I wasn't banging that guy's wife. Because, I mean,
I don't.
Otherwise,
you are contributing to the inaccuracy of things.
Well, I'm just saying that might be what he's saying. Well, he said everything's inaccurate, so that means that's inaccurate.
So stop saying things.
I'm just saying that's well, because it's not inaccurate that any of the actual details that have been released by the courts are accurate details. So the inaccurate details would be the speculation.
I mean, I don't know. It's our courts not reporting on things. Something to think about.
It could be true. Well, here's my favorite albums list right now. I spent most of the last hour making this.
Nice. I'm gonna go to bed soon.
Anything you like on this chart?
Entire albums, no. Like some songs from some of them,
Should I end the stream? Should I wrap up?
probably, yeah.
All right, everybody. That's it. I'm glad we worked out some of the technical issues on this live stream.
Oh no, the crackling was back. It wasn't there at first.
Yeah, I
but when
know.
I tuned back in.
That's why I said some of the technical issues. That was not the one we fixed.
Which one did you fix?
Not being able to hear the only if you're with StreamYard, you have to be using Chrome to be able to stream your desktop audio for some reason. It doesn't work with other browsers.
That is strange.
It's very strange. So
Chad. Chad said he could join in 20 to 30 minutes.
Too late.
It's been 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh no. What if he joins right now? And then
Is there anyone in a waiting room?
no, he is not in the waiting room.
All right.
Wait, where did he say this? In the
In the Twitter. It doesn't matter.
I missed that anybody had said anything.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. Jab, come on another time, but not this time.
Well, he said that at 6:49. It's 8:20 now.
So
So
I don't know how time works.
I don't remember seeing him
I'm
ever
just
actually
so
pop in.
confused.
So all right, y'all. I'm gonna go put Bird to bed. That's it for the stream. Good night.
And by that, she means kill me.